Hey guys, good evening. Welcome to another Empowerment Hour um, on the Receiverosis YouTube channel. My name is Norwin Phillips, and I'll be your host for this evening. And joining me is Andel Green. Andel and I, we serve on the board of the Receiv's Brother Sister Foundation, Inc. And we're going to have a conversation with Andel. You guys can get to know him a little bit and know the role that he has in the foundation, what his visions are from for the foundation, and how he could actually leverage some of the expertise that he has developed in industry to try to help us to gain some success in this. So I'd like for you to just sit back, relax, enjoy the ride. If you do have questions, you can submit these questions in the YouTube chat online. If you see me looking off to the right, don't mind me. I have a couple of screens here that I'm using to actually to edit the program. So tonight I'm actually playing host, I'm playing producer, I'm playing editor, I'm also playing moderator. So if you guys send the questions in, I'll be able to look at them. I'll be able to provide you with answer some of your questions or post some of the questions that you will be having for Andel as we move through this session. So, Andel, welcome, sir.
Appreciate you being here, sir. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes. So, how are you doing today, man?
Hey, all is great and grateful, man. That's whenever you talk to me, you'll get that. All is great and is always grateful.
Good. That's the idea. That's the idea, right? This is my saying, right? There are a lot of things that are going on, but I don't tell anyone because no one listens to me anyway. So
Hey,
what's the difference?
everybody has their own.
It sounds better when I say it in Spanish, but I'm kind of translating right now.
Yeah.
But Andel, so tell me a little bit, right? I know who you are because I have to engage with you on a pretty much weekly, bi-weekly basis as we do this behind the scenes planning for the Brosis Foundation. But for those who are out there that doesn't really know who you are, tell us a little bit about who you are. Who's Andel Green?
Andel Green, father, husband, um, an entrepreneur, investor, very fun-loving person. I'm much just pro-life. I'm all about pro-life, very positiveness about everything. I look at everything in differently from a lot of people. As I said, I get up every day and I am grateful just to be here. I'm grateful for even the smallest things that some people would look at and was like, are frowned upon. I'm grateful. Even, we're in a tumultuous year, which is because of COVID, but I am grateful. So in a nutshell, that's me. Always positive.
Yeah. All right, that's good, man. We need that positivity, and I can tell the folks that are listening to us right now that I do experience that every time we talk, every time we have to share an hour or two together on these board meetings. It's always a pleasure speaking with you. So so let me ask you something, a little bit about Rosse's High School, which is my alma mater. It happens to be yours also. What year did you leave Rosse? Because I think I knew everyone at Rosse, but I was quite surprised when I was introduced or I was told about you by Byron. I've never seen you. I don't know who you were, and until we actually met a few months ago.
Listen, I'm a very low key guy, man. Not too, as I said, not too fussy. So, and I wasn't a footballer, so yeah. But I left Rosse 92. I left Rosse in 1992. But I've grown up even before getting to Rosse. I've grown up as a Russian because growing up, my grandmother and my aunt taught at Rossi's, so I've always had that Russian pride in me. And then when sitting the common entrance, I said, I have to get to Rossi's. That's where I'm going. That's where we're going. So, yeah.
Okay. Pretty cool stuff, man. So when you after leaving Rossi and getting into the work world, what did you do in Jamaica? What was your areas of focus while you were
So
in
I
Jamaica?
mean, while in school, I did electrical with Mr. Steele with Centipede Dad, and
Hmm.
when I left high school, I started doing few little, odd jobs here and there, just trying to, catch the ground under my feet as a little, out of high school.
Hmm.
And then, you know, I took a trip and said, listen, man, I'm going to jump the bridge and, see where I land. And I ended up in Kingston. While
Hmm.
in Kingston, I was working for a company called Caribbean Learning Institute at the time,
Hmm.
and my boss at the time, his wife worked at Paul 106, and she's like, "Hey,
Hmm.
we always interact," and she's like, "You know what? I think you'll be good working over here." And she sent me some info, and went in and did the interview, and I started working at Paul 106. Started out as a business executive, doing commercials and all that stuff. Then
Hmm.
I started doing a little bit of voices over, and then work my way up where a lot of people may know Independent Talk with Ronnie Thwaites
Hmm.
at the time. And at the time, back then, his son Daniel was part of the program itself. And so we co-produce quite a few featured programs, for Independent Talk at the time. I even brought Ronnie Thwaites to to the library in Lucy.
Hmm.
We did a program on farmers and sugarcane,
Okay,
and I
interesting.
co-produced that program. Yeah,
Hmm.
you know,
Okay,
and
cool.
and
So,
so um, Paul 106 was that's it for me until you know I migrated. You know,
mhm.
yeah,
Yeah. So,
right,
no, I'm laughing because I realize that we're live streaming and
right,
you're getting some
right.
interaction or interruptions there. It also happens on NBC, or CNN, so I don't worry about
It
it.
does, it does, it does.
You have the kids coming in, trying to distract you, but
Right.
that's cool, man. All right, so are you? Why did you end up getting out of radio? By the way.
So I got here. I migrated to the States. I migrated back in 2001, and I came here. And actually, I went back to school, and I went back to
Hmm.
school for television and radio broadcasting.
Hmm.
Uh, and then I did local radio here in Connecticut. But local radio here in Connecticut is different from radio in Jamaica. Number one, and number two, there's not much Caribbean programs, and
Hmm.
I wanted to do Caribbean programs, and what I was coming up on is the programs that I want to do. I mean, I even got a job one time at a classic rock station, and I'm like, I don't know anything about classic rock, I started just looking around for different things. What I wanted to do. How do I want to shape my my future? And
Hmm.
so I did a few different jobs here and there, and then I got into the financial service. I got into to insurance, and
Hmm.
I worked for a corporate company, and then exceeded their expectation and all that stuff. And then I said, okay, if I'm at this quality for you guys, and I'm getting all the accolades and the awards, so why not go ahead and do it for myself?
Yeah, yeah.
And so in 2010, I just went off and started my own agencies, and been
Oh,
doing that.
so you've actually had your own agency now for almost 10 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I mean, do you still do any radio?
No,
Oh, you don't.
I haven't done anything radio in the last probably the last 8 9 years.
Oh, okay, okay. Because that was going to be my follow-up question. Because I owned my own small business at one point also, and I know it's very difficult if
right,
almost not impossible to juggle
and right.
a small business and work. So okay,
Right,
yeah.
and building my business, I had to. I mean, I had two loves at the time, but guess what happened? Which one is going to pay me? Which one is going to have my DNA in it? And I said, listen,
Hmm.
the business. So I had to let it slide.
Okay, okay. So to talk to me about the business, how what services do you provide and what sector do you support?
All right, so I started out doing property and casualty, which is auto, home, all that stuff, and then I transitioned, and because insurance is broad, so
Hmm.
I transitioned into the financial service, annuity, life insurance, using certain tools for retirement and legacy planning and all that stuff.
Hmm.
So I transitioned into that and kind of put I still do a little bit of property and casualty at the time, but my mere core focus was those type of business, the legacy planning, all that stuff. Yeah.
Hmm. So do you mostly your clients? Where are they based? Are they mostly based in and around your local area in Connecticut?
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
have
So
further reach?
right. I license only in Connecticut. So
Hmm.
business is done only in Connecticut. I've never really expanded outside of Connecticut.
Hmm.
And my clients, mostly are small business owners, contractors.
Hmm.
Most of these guys, when you're so small business owner
Hmm.
and contractor, you have to fend your own way. You have to put together your own retirement plan and all that stuff. As opposed to working a 9 to 5, most companies offer you a 401k, 4B3, all that stuff. So
Hmm.
I kind of target these guys and sit them down, show them how to, put together something for themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So in terms of so the insurance that you sell pretty much is local to Connecticut. So there's no way that you could be able to help our Brosis brothers and sisters that are outside of this area.
If needs be, I mean, if needs be, listen, business is business, and I'm all about business.
Uh,
And getting, and so what happened is once you have a license, because you have a reciprocal with different states,
mhm.
like only filing a paper to do business in that state. That's it. So,
Okay.
so wherever the Brosis family is, and if we need to do some business, I'll happy file the paperwork to make it happen.
Okay. Okay. So I know I don't want to duplicate this conversation because I know previously not on this forum but we already you know you did provide some insight as to some of your expertise as it surrounds this. But how has the market changed since the last time we spoke? And what additional information would you like to share with the Brosis family that might be listening or who will be going back to watch?
No, so market change. You know,
Or
as I
forget about the market change. Talk to us a little bit about some of the services that are available that the Brosis family could be able to take advantage of, whether or not this is by way of you or just to enlighten them as to some things that they could do to protect themselves, to protect their families, and also their businesses.
so one thing I'm gonna say, and when I say it, a lot of people are going to be, probably frown and say, What are you saying?" And but it's education and understanding, and we haven't been taught on how to use certain vehicles in terms of achieving what we want to
Hmm.
achieve. Uh, and with that saying, I'm going to say this: um, life insurance is one of the greatest wealth accumulating vehicle there is. Right? Most people think of life insurance and they think die or death. Um, but nobody ever thought of using life insurance to actually create wealth. And people, or if you talk to people about creating wealth with life insurance, they say, "Oh yeah, when I die, my family get wealth." But you don't have to die. I mean, you don't have to die to create wealth for yourself within a life insurance structure. And the thing
Hmm.
about it, knowing things has there's innovation over the years. Okay,
Hmm.
technology innovation, the way how we communicate nowadays. First you write letters to pen pals. Now you have Facebook friends. You're on my
Hmm.
social media network. And so the same thing is with different products. People come out and say, "Okay, we heard your cry and what you want to get to or how you want to get to certain things," and they develop products to do that. The life insurance that your grandmama and your great grandmama had is different from what life insurance is now and today. You know,
Hmm.
so there are products that you can use to accumulate, wealth. One in particular that I use, and I show my client to use. It's an index plan. Now,
Hmm.
um, it functions like a Roth, but listen, uh, it's built on the chassis of a life insurance. Yes, there's a death benefit, but when you make your payment, part proceed of your payment goes into an index. You can choose it.
Hmm.
You can choose the deferred index or the fixed index, whichever. What you want to do. Now, your index is tied, to the S&P 500. So now
Hmm.
you're getting market returns. However,
Hmm.
because of certain intricate part of the plan, is that some company will cap you how much returns you can get, 10%, 12%. So if the market even goes up 15%, you're getting 10.
Hmm.
You give up some of the upside for downside protection, meaning if the market drops tomorrow morning, you will not lose a penny.
Yeah.
You cannot lose a penny. Unlike your 401k, your 4B3, all that stuff, you can't
Hmm.
penny in an index plan. Now, that's a great plan. You know,
Hmm.
I know if I'm giving up 2 points, on the top, to be able to know that I can sleep at night on the bottom when the market tank, I'm good because I'm not losing anymore. And,
Yeah.
and, and if you talk to a lot of people who, have those, traditional retirement plan, and getting ready to retire and the market tanks 10, 20, 30%, and they're crying. They can't retire,
Hmm.
you know? Um, Secondly, with those plan, you can access those plans before that 59 and a half penalty plus tax, whatever, without any penalties
Hmm.
or all the fees. So you can access the plan whatever you want. It's your money. You can go get it. Now, one of the biggest thing that I've asked client is, 30 years from now, you want to retire. Do you know what tax is going to be?
Yeah.
No. So no,
No.
no,
Yeah. Yeah. No
right.
one really knows. Yeah.
Nobody know what tax is going to be. You cannot predict what tax is going to be. And so in your traditional plan, you have a partner, and your partner is Uncle Sam. It's the IRS man,
Hmm.
and he dictates what portion of it he wants when the time comes for retirement. Because now you may be in a 50% tax bracket. So 50% of what you work and put away is his. You know,
Hmm.
and an index plan is you taxed in the beginning going in. And
Hmm.
so now whatever your principal gains are at the end, you don't tax coming out
Yeah.
because
Okay. Got
because
it.
right because of how it's set up and how we design it. Now, if you cancel totally the plan itself, then you're going to be hit with taxes. So we'll
Yeah.
talk about, and I talk to my client individually that and show them how it works.
Hmm.
But yeah, well, most people sometimes they ask, "What do you do for your client?" I said, "Hey, I help my clients to create a zero tax bracket in a retirement."
Yeah. No, that's good stuff. And I know this is a lot of information for a lot of folks, even myself, to take in. So one of the things that we could do is, this, we're working on a russybrosis.org website, and as we develop this website and get it more online on stream, we'll be able to disseminate some of that information or provide links. If you don't want to provide, let's say, guidance for the members, you could provide a link to say, hey, if you're interested in this, go read about this stuff over here. If you need any clarifications, you can come to me. I'll
Right.
provide this as a brotherly service to my brothers and sisters. And if it does open an avenue for you where you could do business outside of Connecticut where the broader Brosis family might be living, then that's also an opportunity for you. Because here's what I want you to do. I want you to be successful in your business, to be successful in whatever you're doing. Because if you're successful, then that means there's going to be more residual income or income available for you to donate to the Brosis, right?
Of course.
So
Of
so
course. Yeah,
so
no,
that's why I'm giving you this free plug, man.
no, definitely, man. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. But, I love what Brosis is all about.
Hmm. Yeah, so talk to me a little bit about that. Why did you decide to join Brosis? A lot of folks do not know. Some do know, but yeah, I think you, myself, and let's say Greg and Troy, and some of the other board members also, right? Byron, we're pretty quiet, but I know you put a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of hours on the back end trying to make this foundation run the way that it's supposed to be run, created and established the way that it's supposed to be established. Now, if you're willing to invest so much time and effort, you really must believe in it. And so why do you believe in this?
One, I'm a visionary. Two, I believe in giving back. And you can give back on your own, but coming together is and doing it together on a bigger scale. It's massive.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw the vision of what was said to me, and actually, it's funny you say that. We saw some vision, and ever since, like-minded people come together, the vision has grown to something amazing.
Mm-hmm. That's
And
true.
right, and I'm so happy to be a part of something that is going to give back. And I've always, at time and time, and you can know that I've said that this is so bigger than all of us. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because it's going to transcend generations, and
Mm-hmm.
and I want to be a part of something like that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, because I know that you do dedicate a lot of time, in developing the documents, developing the framework on which we're going to be building this foundation. So your involvement is very much appreciated. As a Russian myself, just like you are, I'm extending a big thank you to you, sir, for all your efforts and your input. And I think together we're going to be able to achieve the endeavors that we have set out to achieve.
Oh man,
And
trust me.
I'm really excited. I'm really
I
excited about it, and
am.
I think together we're going to be able to achieve it. Now, so I'm going to flip back a little bit. Previously, you did mention that you were in radio in Jamaica, and you also did some radio since you came to the States. How does a Brosis radio station sound to you?
Oh man, it sounds
And what
amazing.
would be your involvement?
um, the roasted sound radio sounds great. We have some very very talented people behind the scene,
Hmm.
uh, people with some musical knowledge that trust me, I have fun sitting down and listening to these guys
Hmm.
from time to time. But it's a great move. I love that whole idea. Love the whole concept of it. What
Hmm.
role did I play? I mean, whatever role you guys want me to play. You know, I, I've gotten to the point where now is I'm more, if I'm gonna do radio, I'm more gonna be probably talk radio a little bit, or
Hmm.
I'm a lover of music, but and also I'm a lover of different genre. And one of the show that I used to host is a show called a Sunday Brunch.
Hmm.
Jazz. It's a nice jazz flavor a show on a Sunday where you're sitting back, relaxing, and having a glass of mimosa and just vibing. You know what I mean? Probably
Hmm.
reading the financial paper or a
Hmm.
book or whatever. But yeah,
Good. So you know what? You're a businessman. I like business also. And if we're going to be proposing, let's say, a Brosis radio, and Andel with that voice and that musical talent and the selection of music that Andel would like to play, right? How can that bring some benefit? Because I'm always looking at the financial aspect, right? Because yes, you have a radio station. It's a place where people can come and jam, for lack of a better term, listen to music, horse around, right? And just have a good time. But what are the benefits that you think that this could bring to the Brosis Foundation? How can we benefit from this financially? And when I say benefit from this financially, it's not a benefit for you or I. It's a benefit for the foundation to be able to execute on all the visions that we have, right? So especially as it pertains to the development of the Colin Miller Sports Complex in Lucy. Talk to
Right.
me a little bit about that.
Well, I mean, listen, the once we have a right format and programming is key. Definitely, Rosis Radio can actually start tapping into to advertisers, both
Mm-hmm.
both national and international, because we're on the web, we're on the World Wide Web, so
Yeah.
definitely, I mean, and tapping into these advertisers, especially with us being a non-profit organization and the vision we have and the cause, I see them, attaching themselves to us. As I said, once the programming and the format is good, we don't want to leave anybody out in terms of
Mm-hmm.
the programming. We want to talk. We want to have good music, so listeners will come back. You know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and continue to, recommend their friends to come check out,
Mm-hmm.
Norway on the groovy side of the evening.
Yes.
Yeah,
Every Sunday evening, 9 to
that's right.
10
That's right.
p.m. We're going to
Yeah.
be playing some salsa merengue,
Yeah.
bachata.
There you
No,
go.
I'm just, yeah, go
There you
ahead.
go. There you go. There
We
you
have
go.
to, we have to be diverse, right?
Have to. You have to. You have
Yeah, because, yeah. So,
and giving
no,
the and giving the proper information itself that the people are going to want to gravitate to.
yeah,
Music
yeah,
is
yeah.
good, and
Mm-hmm.
music is good. People like listening to music. Music is good, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just not all. I mean,
Yeah,
you have to mix it up, chop it up, and yeah,
yeah,
make it so you have the right source of information.
yeah. So the folks that I know we have we have a WhatsApp group right now, that a lot of folks are members of, and they come in and they play their music and they listen and they share thoughts. How do we make the transition to a platform that's a little bit more scalable? That's why I brought the Brosis Radio up to you, because I know folks are going to be listening, and I want them to kind of get the idea that what we're doing right now with the WhatsApp group, it's all nice and good, but at some point we're going to need to make that transition because we're going to need to scale, right? So I have some ideas in my mind, and you have some ideas. So let's kind of discuss those ideas so the broader membership or the broader group can listen to it. And guys, if you're listening, I do encourage you to put some questions in, or some points for discussion in the chat, so we can, I could probably pose them to Andel, jog his mind a little bit because he has some expertise there, and I could also give you my opinion. All right, so go ahead. How do you think we make that transition?
Um, it's 8:33 p.m. in the afternoon, and you're listening to the man himself, the Doc and Mr. Norwin, right? All
Sounds
right, so
beautiful.
so that's messing around.
No, that's good.
But one, we identify programs. Let's start.
Hmm.
Let's start putting ideas of programs together. We have guys who know music and play music, but we need to sit down and streamline programs. What type of programs are we going to put together? We put it down
Hmm.
on paper, and then we're going to find people who can actually be source of information for those, because you got to produce
Hmm.
things. It's kind of like back when I was at Paul 106 and we're doing
Hmm.
running plates, and we're producing a show in Hanover, for farmers. Ronnie Thwaites is not going to get up and go. We have to get him his information and pack it in front of him. Who we're going to interview? Who is he? All that stuff. And then also we gotta go find the sponsors and all that. So
Hmm.
um, the program itself, we gotta put together the programs of each show, each segment, and then from there we can start to structure what it's going to look like and all that stuff, and probably can start doing some tests from there. You know
Okay,
what I mean?
so it seems like, based on your expertise, which I do value a lot, right? Not only in this area, but on a lot of areas. And I've always reached out to you as a source of confirmation, for information, and for kind of sign off. You know this. I often send you messages or call you. Um, so can we look to Andel for some leadership in developing such a program?
Program.
Hey, I know it's a lot of work. I know it's a lot of work, and I'm not proposing that you take this on by
If
yourself.
yeah,
But
if we put a team together, we can get there for sure. Yeah,
okay, so
I'll help.
okay,
You know,
good. So, but who's going to lead the effort to start putting the team together? Do I do it and get Ando to be a part of
so
it, or can Ando take the leadership?
let's identify a few people who can be integral in terms of helping us to put it together, and then we can have a meeting with them, and then put people in their respective area. This person is information. Go get me information, the news,
Hmm.
all that stuff. This person get,
Hmm.
and we put
Okay.
the program structure together, what the program is going to look like, what's the program going to name, how long the segments are going to be per programs,
Hmm.
all that stuff.
Okay, good. So, folks that are out there, I want you to know that we run a very tight ship and a very structured organization. So, anything that we're saying right now is just a proposal, because this has to be brought to the board. It has to be discussed, and
Right.
we have to agree on it, right? There has to be a vote on it. So, Norwin might be proposing this, and Andel might be proposing this, but it doesn't mean that it's going to come to fruition. So we'll need to get the
Yeah.
blessing of the president and also the other board members. So, Mr. President, if you're listening, know that we're going to be coming to you with this proposal, sir. And I do hope that you will give us your blessings, and the other board members can be on board with us, right? So
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
that's good stuff, man.
So funny that we haven't. I haven't really spoken to like Centipede, personally face to face. I think we did once on the or whatever, but um,
Hmm.
in Canada, there in Toronto, there, well, Mississauga, I think, or one of them places. But there's a radio station called G98 FM in Canada. That's owned by my uncle.
Hmm. Oh
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, man. So and it's Caribbean flavor, all that stuff. So but we just look around to see what type of format we wanna portray, and then just adapt somebody's format, or whatever, but make it our own. And you
Hmm.
know yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good. So a lot of folks do not know Andel. By the way, guys, he wears a lot of hat in this organization and foundation that we call Rassi's Brothers and Sisters Foundation Inc. And a lot of you guys do not know that Andel is the master behind the membership program. So I know we have quite a few people listening, and some folks that are going to be listening later. I know I didn't tell you that I was going to ask you this question before, but check your documents out. Talk to us a little bit about the membership. Talk to us, about the format, the benefits, and how we're going to be implementing this. Um,
You see, so um, Rossies have a pride. Uh, when you wear that that colors, man. There's something that goes through you, that you carry wherever you go,
mhm,
and even also it spills over into the community itself, where people don't go to Rossies, but they want to be a part of the Rossies pride. And so we're encouraging people to actually get on board through the membership aspect of Brosis, and also help to carry that flag high, and the pride, just continue to build it, in different format. Now, we have it set up where you can be a graduate of the institution itself, or you attend the institution for 2 years. You can be a member. If you have family members who attended the institution, then you can become an associate member of the institution, itself. and also play your part, because we know that you feel that pride, that Russian pride we feel, when we have that badge on, or that tie, on, and you're Russian. A lot of people never get a chance to wear the color itself, but they feel it's an counter effect that they have just seeing the Russian pride itself, and
Mm-hmm.
they want to be part of it. So, here's your chance. Your family member went through a season. You want to be part of Brosis. You can. You don't have to attend Russies. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
So
So
we encourage a lot of people to be part of it. Now, also, we talk about our vision and what we're looking to do for Russies, and a lot of you want to give back to your community itself. A lot of you want to give back to your alma mater, and that's why we created this foundation itself to do so, so
mhm.
you can actually tap in and make your voices heard, through the foundation itself. You know what I mean?
Okay, good. Hey, by the way, listeners out there, and also Mr. Green, while I'm here, I'm looking off to my right, and Mr. President is writing into me to let me know that he's listening, and he'll actually be bringing that up at the next board meeting for discussion, and
Okay.
about the Brosis Radio, right? And he did mention that he likes the idea, so that's something that we will be that we'll be talking about. I see a few people also checking in. I think Spotty General is on the forum. St. Ryan Steele, DB is on. And just to name a few, I think Kimmy's also there. So welcome, guys. And if you do have any questions, you can always feel free to engage us as we continue through this evening's discussion. Right. Um, so um, as Andel was saying about the different methods that you could actually join and contribute. You see, no single individual can actually take on the burden of the undertaking that we're proposing. That is the development of the Colin Miller Sports Complex. In addition to other things we're doing, you guys watched last week as Greg, my co-host last week, and we had a discussion with the chairman of the board, and he was rather excited about what we have proposed and what we're trying to do. And in his word, he mentioned as a person, I keep the plans on my desk every day and I pray over it that, that
That's
he will be blessed to see it completed before he closes his eyes. So,
right.
together I think we can make this happen. It's your $10 and my $10 and everybody's ten
Right.
dollars come
Make
together.
when you make
You
40,
know,
60. Right. Right.
exactly. So there's
Right.
strength in numbers.
Right.
So we're not looking for any one person to be able to do this, right? But
And
we're
not
going to
only
be able to get it done collectively. Go ahead, Andel.
but what I like about it too is, you know, we're people of action. We don't talk. And for me, I'm that. If
Mm-hmm.
you ever come to where you guys just talk so much, and you guys lose me, I can tell you that. I'm an action person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have time for, you know, talking and not doing. And I like that. We've, even the short space of time that we've actually been together, the process and foundation, you know, and what we've done so far, man. And I give you guys
Mm-hmm.
tremendous respect for not just talking but doing. Especially you, man. I must commend you for the work you've done so far. And,
Thank you, sir.
and what we've done, I mean, I think Rossi's might be the only school in Jamaica to be under the whole, you know, email and all that stuff
Yeah. So
with
so
all the students, huh?
yeah. So that's one of the things that we're working on, and even though I might be the vice president for the technology division of the Rossi Brosis, it's us,
Of
right?
course.
So we are the ones that are doing it, and just to let folks know, I did have a long conversation with the principal, and she wanted to be able to send a big thank you to the Brosis family for getting this done, because they're actually very excited about where we are and where we're proposing to take them to. So that's going to be that's going to be coming. And as soon as that comes, I'll definitely share that with the entire team, and not only the team as in the board members, but the larger group that are very active right now in the WhatsApp, right? And we're working on establishing the Brosis website, and that's an area wherein we can start disseminating information. That centralized repository that folks can go to get any information that they need as it pertains to Brosis. But yes, we are
press releases.
Huh?
Start doing some press releases.
That's right. That's right. Very much so. Very much so. So we are working with Rossi right now. We created all the faculty emails. So every faculty at Rossi High School now have an official email at firstname.lastname at rossishighschool.com. We have actually set up the entire Rossi's school on what's called Google Education. So that's Google EDU. That's a platform that's offered to educational institution that will allow them to be able to provide teaching or training virtually. So as long as that students have access to the internet and the teacher has access to the internet, there can be synchronous sessions. The students are seeing me or seeing the teacher, and the teacher seeing the student, and they can interact and still meet the learning objective, right? Technology is the way of now, and I think with us promoting that, we'll be able to get the school a far way. So thanks to all the board members for their support. Some of you guys who are not board members but are part of the larger group, thank you also for your support, because we know that you're out there to back us and provide whatever support we ask for. That's why we spend the time and the hours doing the things that we do. So thank you, in advance.
Hey man, I have this thing where it says series of small wins get us the big wins, and I like that. So take it small and we do it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So talk to me about some events that you think because I know we have had conversations, and one of the things that I want to propose, by the way, one of the things that I want to propose, guys, is that the board members will have a meeting like we're having right now, and it's going to be broadcast. It's going to be live for everyone to be able to see it. So you could actually tune in. You could actually ask questions. You could see how we interact on the board. You could see how we disagree and agree on things, and how we vote and getting things done. But we have some initiatives coming up which were actually shared in the last board meeting. I'm not sure, Mr. President, I know you're listening. Is it appropriate, sir, for us to talk about any of this? I'm actually looking off to the right of my screen to get, being that I don't have a producer here, I'm looking for Mr. President's proposal or approval, by the way. So, so talk to me about some ideas that, not necessarily the ones that we have talked about, but what are some of the ways that we could get the money that we need to get all these undertakings a reality?
One of the things I want to say, Norwin, also about the board and taking action is also the transparency, because I've been part of so many different organizations before, sits on different board, and one of the things that was lacking is transparency. People don't know what is happening. Number one. Number two, I'm paying my dues, and where is it going? And I love the transparency of Brosis, that we can share exactly with the broader foundation, or what we're undertaking, and how we're going to do it, and our visions. I say this to Troy too when he laughed, and I said, Troy, one of the things with me, and people have called me crazy, but some who call me crazy have come to say, you know what, he thinks crazy, but it works. I'm a big thinker. I think big. So when you ask me vision and ideas, I think very big. I was talking to Troy the other day, and I was saying to him, you know, and when we done, he's like, I need to go call Curry. He needs to add that to the plan. And I'm like, I was talking about having a memorabilia store.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, because remember the pride of Russies and to be wearing jersey and also it's like bring back some retro jerseys. The years we won the Costa Cup and the jersey we wear, we bring those back and
Mm-hmm.
actually put those in the memorabilia stores. People will buy it. Going to the spectators buy shirts. We have caps. We have umbrellas. I mean, everything, and people will buy those things because the pride of Russies is real. It's like any Liverpool or Manchester United fan.
I was gonna say the Yankees. The Russies. I'm a big Yankee fan, man. I'm a
Yeah,
big Yankee fan, and Russies to me is like the Yankees of Jamaica.
bro. And so
You know?
I'm gonna put it out there. I'm a huge Liverpool fan.
Yeah,
I'm the same way, bro.
yeah, yeah.
You
So
understand? And so Russies is like that to me for sure.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and then we said a museum as well.
Hmm.
A museum so we can go back in years and see pictures of the guys who've passed through and the year they won this, and have a nice museum up there, man. It will be huge. Will be definitely huge. And that brings resourceful. That's bring income to the school, itself. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I spoke to him about a thing called Adapt a Child program.
Hmm.
We've always want to do something, and we're going to show you how simple it is. We break it down, and each person choose a child. And he said we
Hmm.
start at seventh grade, and you choose a child from seventh grade. That child stays with you for the 4 or 5 years that they're at Rossi's.
Hmm.
But it only takes $50 to sponsor that child every year.
Hmm.
You can outfit that child with books, bags, everything that they need for that year for $50 and less. I mean, you can wait and go to what do you call it? They have these what do you call it now? Discounts, back to school discount stores or whatever,
Hmm.
and you can flip a full bag. Now imagine how the school can reach out to all the kids and say, you don't have to come to school. Your parents don't have to look a bag for you, whatever. Just
Yeah.
come to school and pick up your bag the first thing September morning.
Yeah.
I mean, how that, and also in it is a letter from Norway saying,
Yeah.
hi, how are you doing? Welcome to Overseas, or all
Yeah.
that. That what that does for that kid going into,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, so,
That's definitely invaluable. If
yeah,
we could get something like that in place, yeah.
definitely. Everybody can actually sponsor a child for $50 for the year, for the
Hmm.
year, one, for the year, one time. You know, outfit the kid, with definitely what they need, because we know sometimes parents is hard for parents. They have probably 2 or 3 kids, and they need to find books and all that stuff, and so, man, it's amazing. And then different from different organization. We can definitely. You're a golfer.
No, but it but it doesn't mean that I wouldn't play as long as it's going to benefit. It's going to be. I'll make a fool of myself as long as it's going to bring some
It's
benefit.
all in good fun, and it's all it's all in good fun, and
Yeah.
we can host golf tournaments and different events just to raise fund, because it's going to a bigger cost. And listen, and I say it again. I'm looking in the camera and I'm saying it again. It's bigger than both myself and Norway, because this is transcending generations to come.
Yeah.
I mean, what we're doing here is we talk about leaving legacies. We can leave legacies this way. Trust me.
Yeah, no, that's very true. I'm 100% in agreement with that.
Yeah.
The organization should be bigger than any one person, and it should be bigger than all of us that are members today and that are board members today, because when I'm long gone, the hope is that the organization is still around and is carrying on the tradition that we have started right now. So,
I mean,
you know,
everybody remember, Easy. Everybody
yeah,
remember Colin
absolutely. He's an institution.
because it right because of how
Yeah.
he's done he's done right. So yeah. So
Hmm.
the same thing. The same thing.
Yeah,
We want to continue that trend and transcend different generations, man.
absolutely.
So
And I think it was I think it was probably Friday night or Saturday night. The thought of this came to mind: a library at Racine's. I know we have the Hanover Parish Library, but we don't have a library at the school. And
right.
I got rid of so many books, and I'm thinking, how can we? It's not too late, right? Because there are many books around. How can we?
I wish you could see my library.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. How can we?
I'm an avid reader,
Yeah, how can we get books, right, to give to the kids? Financial books, technology books, science, just stuff like that.
we do a donation drive. Tell people to start donating their books, and then we create a hub where it's to send to, and then we do that.
And we go down there and probably outfit the library. And
Right.
all of you guys that are listening, guys, we're expecting you to be a part of this, because we're just putting the ideas out there. But there's absolutely no way that we're going to be able to do this by ourselves, right? So as Russians, and I know a lot of you guys are just as passionate as Andel and I are passionate about this. We're looking for your support. And one of the ways that you could support, we've been consistently sending out these messages in WhatsApp to tell you how to become formal members of the organization, and we're hoping to see that membership start picking up. And like I mentioned, and Mr. President just sent me a message off to the right here that wants me to remind you guys that we are working on our website. That information is going to be out there, and also joining the organization as an official member, which is so. I think Andel alluded to it, but I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So there's a one-time $20 membership fee, welcome fee, right? Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
So we're charging $20 one time. Now there's a $10 per, because if you say $120, it sounds very expensive to folks. But there's a $10 per month fee that we're asking you to contribute to the organization. And we're going to have total transparency, 100% transparency. As soon as the website is fully up, we will be accounting for every dollar that comes into to the organization and every dollar that goes out. So you'll be able to go on that link and click in the financials and see exactly what's going on, how your money is being spent. It's not. Go ahead, Andel.
And also, I mean, you can pay it how you want. If you want to pay the $10 monthly, you
Mhm.
can. If you want to pay for 6 months, you can. Or if you want to pay for the whole year, then there's a discount. You don't pay the full $120. You're paying for the year. We give you a discount. You pay $100.
Mhm.
With the one-time $20, the lifetime membership fee.
Yeah.
So, but knowing one of the things I want to say to the wider community who are not, who are part of what sees itself, but not a board member. You guys have voices too. You have ideas too. Reached out to a board member and say, "Hey, I was thinking of this idea, and if it's a great idea, then we'll work on it." You know what I mean? Because we want you guys to have a voice as well. It's not just
Sure.
us sitting at the board and just talking and coming up with ideas. You guys may not be a part of the board, but you have great ideas to assist and grow what sees itself. So we welcome we welcome it.
Yeah, agreed.
And,
And
and
and and
also
just go
and
ahead.
also before you say that, and also you guys are there and you guys out there and you see what's happening and you're excited. Now each of us, we need to go out and bring 5 more people,
Mhm.
so we can actually get to our goal.
Yeah. No, agreed. So one of the things I want to put out there too, we have many different committees that are part of that are part of the foundation. I don't have a list right now to share with you. Next time, we're going to improve technology where we can just bring the list on the screen. Everybody can see what's going on, and we just take it out, just like they do it on CNN, or one of those stations there. So, that's where we're going to get to. But when we do have our website that's up and running officially, we're going to be getting that out there, and you can choose to participate in any committee that you want to participate in. Of course, there's limited space, but for my committee that I'm the chair for, which is Technology Committee, we will be conducting I'll conduct some interviews and discuss with people, see where you are from a technology perspective, and see how dedicated you are into learning how technology and how to contribute.
I'm still looking people to be part of the public relation committee. So if you're out there and you're interested, hit me up.
All right. So there are a lot of committees that are available, guys, for you to participate in. If you're trying to get in touch with me, you can get in touch with me at norwin.phillips@rosebrosis.org. So it's Norwin, which is spelled NORWYN.Phillips@rosebrosis.org. And Mr. Andel Green, it's Andel, ANDEL.Green, GREEN, @rosebrosis.org. So you can send us emails and inquire about different committees that we have and committees that you could be a part of. And we'll be more than willing to talk to you, at least for me, for the technology committee, and see how you could, how you could help. And if, now is not a good time, it doesn't mean that it's never going to be a good time, right? And we'll just, circle back and just get it done again. I'm reading off to the right here so one of the things that I just learned, guys, that, the RUSEs will actually be operating virtually this year because the start of school I think it's delayed because of the COVID. And one of the things that I just learned also is that the Costa Cup competition is canceled for the year. So just so that you guys, know about it.
Okay.
Right. Okay, so a very brilliant idea was just posted here in the chat, and this is coming from Jeffrey Samuels, aka Zeb. So if someone can afford more than the $120, guys, we will take it. We're not going to say no to it. Again, it's all for for good use, right? Every penny will be used at the at Rosee High School, and if you can afford more than 120, go ahead and pay it. And if you cannot afford the 120 all at once, pay what you can now. Send us an email at membership@rosebrosis.org. We will document that, credit that to your account, and whenever you have more, you send it in, and it will also be documented. Go ahead, Endo.
Right. So one, guys, we're a nonprofit organization. We welcome every and anything that you can give, for sure, because your donation actually do matters. Now, what I say to a lot of people, you want to give $1,000, I say to you, pay your dues first. Then the rest, you do it as a donation separately, because also for you, when tax time comes, the foundation can issue a certificate or so you can file your taxes on it. Or for donating to Rosees as well, and how much you donate. So I tell people, if you have, hypothetically you have 1,000, you want to actually, pay your dues out of it, your 120 all year, and then the difference you donate, and definitely will go to the same cause. You know what I mean? But I said how to do it.
No, absolutely, agreed. Yeah. Don't know if anyone else has. Okay, so yeah, someone has a question in here. It says Kush Ghana. I'm not sure I'm familiar with that name, but 2020 is a great year for getting back to basics. How can Rosee Brosis prepare high school students for coming decades? So, very good question. It's very interesting that you asked that question, because those are the same conversation I had with the chairman and also with the principal. Like I mentioned earlier on in the program, in this discussion, technology is not the future, but is the now. And what that simply means is, you know, it's we are trying to get students a little bit more technologically inclined. That means when they get out of high school, they are fully tech savvy. One of the things that, you know, have us, so let's go back a little bit and think about how Hanover is right now. There are no tertiary institution available in Hanover. And sometimes we get out of school, we want to continue our education, but we cannot, you know, afford to move away to go to college.
Mhm.
And there are no offering that are available locally, but there might be offerings, let's say at NCU, not promoting any particular you know,
Institution.
educational
Right.
institution,
Right.
but there is I think there's Montego Bay Community College where they probably do offer online classes.
Mhm.
There's NCU, I know they definitely offer online classes. But if you are not comfortable with technology, you're not going to want to say, hey, let me further my education by way of leveraging technology. However, if at grade 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way through 11, you were very much familiar with taking advantage of technology, or technology is a part of the learning process, you would have been very comfortable with it. So now, as you graduate and leave school, wherever the degree program is being offered, right, you would be able to take advantage of that, right? Because technology offers you that reach, right? So we right now, Brosis, this is what we're doing. We have established a, you know, domain that allows everyone at Russie to be able to have their own email address and can receive the communication by way of this, you know, this domain. So the idea is every child that's a student at Russie High School will have an email for themselves. So if your child, let's pick John Doe. Your child's name is John Doe. It will be John.Doe at Russie High School. Now, I'll also, you know, based on my past experience working in academia, one of the things that I do recommend is that it becomes a mandate by the teachers, so the staff and faculty and the leadership of the school to say, hey, when we're communicating by with you, this communication is going to be done by way of email, right? So there'll never be a time that you say, hey, I can't get in touch with you, or you couldn't get in touch with me, because the email trail is there to prove it,
Right.
right? So if the child didn't show up to school because of whatever reason it is, the child could have been sick. It could have been that the financial situation of the parents didn't allow the child to go to school that day. It is the teacher's responsibility to send the child that assignment. So the homework that would have been done in class, or the work that was done in class, the teacher can actually share that with the student, right? The Google platform that we got them configured on, you know, it offers Google Classroom, right? There's also Google Meet. So, you know, there can be the shared repository that the students could go in to pick up their assignment from, or deposit their assignment to, so that the teacher could see it. And that is exactly what we do in academia, right? So you hear about virtual learning, online learning, whatever it is. It's the same kind of technology we're bringing to Russie High School, today.
Right.
It is not 100% in place yet, but it's what we're pushing for.
We've
We're
made
doing our
we've
part
made
as an
huge,
organization.
we've made huge steps in the direction.
Oh, absolutely. And the
Yeah.
principal was rather impressed, because the information that she was given in terms of, you know, how long the process takes to be able to get this in place, and the Brosis was able to do it in a matter of days, right? And she was pretty much told that there's a 2 month waiting period, and whatever else that needs to happen, you know, someone has to jump over some hoops and do some backflips. And we didn't have to do all of that. We made it happen in 4 days. And now, you know, I could proudly say, as an organization, we have created email accounts for over 102 faculty and about 10 or so administrative staff. Today, I had a conversation with the principal, and one of the things that we're going to start doing is getting the list of all the students, you know, grade 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way up, and we'll be getting those created and established. So not only will they have access to email, when I tell you guys that we create accounts, it's not just the email, it's all to the virtual platform.
Right.
Google Classroom, which is developed by Google, like google.com that they also have a Google virtual classroom. So the
Right.
students can now go in that virtual classroom and actually,
and the teacher can develop
and
their programs and work in there, and kids go there and see it and all.
absolutely, absolutely.
Because I do it, my son, he's 9 years old, and they use that for his school. So whenever he's home, that's what he logs into that, and that's where
Yeah.
everything is. Teacher posts the homework or all that, all that. And also they can track the work. They can post the work. You can go pull it down on your own suite, and the teacher can actually track it right there. So it's definitely a very, very big move.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing to bring them to the to this decade right now, technology, and so whatever we can do to lend support, we're ready to do it. I've spoken to some associates that I do know in terms of institutional advancement or institutional development, and they're willing to lend a helping hand. So, folks have even proposed to take a trip down to Jamaica with the BROSIS to get teachers trained up, to get all the right programs implemented, so that we should be the school that everyone desired to attend down in Western Jamaica, right? And in Jamaica on a whole, right? And I think we could get there, so, Andel? All right, so I'm not sure, we might have lost our feed a little bit there. Okay, he's back. He's back. Technical difficulties, guys, just like you see on the streets of the reporting. Yeah, it does happen.
Happens. Yeah. I've been there a couple of times. I've been on live on the radio before, and I'm getting on. Hey, WSU, we're telling you, one FM. This is Doc, and nothing was going out. The volume wasn't up. So we've been there before.
Yeah. All right, so guys, we're doing a lot of stuff, man, around here, and we want your support. We want you to be as active as you can be in this, and it's our time. It's our show. Tell everyone that man. Anyone that actually attended RC or have family members that attended RC. We want their support, right? And with their support, together we're stronger. Right, together we're stronger. And go ahead, you're going to say something.
I mean, just rekindle that Rossi's pride, man. That just rekindle that Rossi's pride. Remember when you went there, and your era, and how you're proud to be Rossi's, and just go, let's get everybody else on board to get plugged right back in. You know what I mean? To that pride itself.
Yeah. So I did share. So I did share it by way of the WhatsApp group. I was down in Jamaica a couple of weeks ago, and I took a trip down to the school, and I shared some videos of what it looks like there now, and it's in deplorable condition. That's over at the sports complex.
It needs our help. It definitely needs our help, guys.
Yeah.
And if you are a past student and have that pride, then it should definitely move you and do something to you to see the poor condition that's in right now, and just, I want to really help to do something about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So also, if anyone out there is listening to us, that I have another idea which I did share with some of the board members, and also I mentioned to the chairman, and I also mentioned to the principal. If anyone is listening that works with the telecommunications company in Jamaica, for example, Flow Digicel, that wants to partner with us, in supporting the improvement of technology down at Rossi High School, we want to partner with you. I have done the same thing in my tenure here in the U.S., partnering with other telecommunications organization, getting every student that attends the school a MiFi or hotspot connection. So we know, Jamaica is a third world country, which I'm very proud to be Jamaican. And we're always on the, we're not always on the leading edge of technology. And in some situations also, the places that our students live, they're not able to get the connectivity that they need, by way of hardwired connection. But there might be Wi-Fi connection that you can, because if your telephone works there, that means your MiFi internet service works there. So if you could reach out to the Brosis, you could email norwin.phillips at rosebrosis.org, and we could set up a conversation, and I could explain to you how we could collaborate and bring in some of these solutions to the students. That is, if we were to come up with a program that allow each student to get this hotspot to bring home. So now if they have to work, if they have to study remotely in the future, right? They now have the internet connectivity that they need. They now could do their research online. They now could have better access to their teachers. And this is going to help your organization also, because what you're doing is creating a pool of talented individuals that you can now tap into to help improve your organization and grow your organization.
Come back and put it right back. Yeah.
So it's kind of investing in your own community, so that this community could come back and serve your organization. So reach out to Rusty's Brothers and Sister Foundation Inc., and we'll be more than happy to talk to you to see how we could become partners. Anything else, Andel?
Isn't there a question? I think there's something.
Okay, yeah. You want to read the question and try to address it?
I think it says here from Kush, Ghana.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, go ahead. You're the membership guy. It's saying, can we at Brosis implement or create a process where a student at Rosi can become members of the Brosis family?
Yes. School hasn't started back yet, but one of the things that we said that we will do is have a liaison between student and Brosis as part of our board, and then also student themselves can actually become members, we can find out where they can play their parts, because it's hearing their voices and they're the one who can actually tell us a lot more. They're there, they're experiencing overseas, and we hear from the principal, we hear from the chairman, we hear from the faculty, but we also want to hear from the students itself, and what's happening and what their needs are, and see how we can actually help to ease those pains, or help to meet those needs.
Sure, absolutely, and that's one of the things that we've talked about from day one.
Yeah. So we're definitely working on those ways. So
time flies when you're having fun, man. We have actually gone over an hour.
Really?
I think we're about an hour and 15 minutes or so, in this discussion. All right. I don't know if anyone has any additional questions that they want to share with us, or any comments they want us to share with the broader community that are going to be watching, or that are watching. But guys, know that we're looking to empower Rusty High School, and anything that we can do to get that done. That's what we're all about, right? And I as a technologist, I'm a geek. I can tell you that much. And I want to see the day wherein we can actually Rusty could be playing a match, and I could be streaming those football matches right across Rusty's High School website, or by way of the Brosis website, and we're going to charge you to see it. We're not going to do it for free, because we're going to charge you so that you could see those games, so that we use that money to put back into Rusty, right? So we want to be able to do that, right? We want to be able to live stream graduation, right? We want to be able to extend this Brosis radio to Rosi High School. So there's going to be a lab that can be created, a room designated as the radio station for Rosi, so that our students can now start practicing news, now start practicing music.
Right. And so funny you say that, man. When I came here, I went to broadcasting, went back to school and started doing broadcasting, all that stuff. And I start realizing some schools here have, radio stations.
Yes.
And I'm like, man, and so funny enough, I even spoke to one of my instructors about it, saying, hey, I'd love to set something up like this, because we need to give technology and media and all that stuff has moved. Kids can create a YouTube channel and create content, proper content, and get big and start making thousands of dollars. And having the proper necessary tools to do so are, so one, we talk about the technology itself and having the certification, but also if we can do studios showing people how to do production, post-production, and television or radio, or even how to create content for YouTube channels, but also create content for other people, because that's one of the biggest things. If you're a content creator, you can, man, you don't have hands to really do work, if you're a content creator.
Yeah.
There's so many avenues that can come out of this.
Sure. And so if we were able to do this, man, at Rossi, we'll definitely be able to empower our students, getting them the exposure that they need. So that's when when they get out of school, they have an idea of what what career options are out there, right? And that's so these are some of the things that we could, as the brosis, these are some of the things that these experiences that we could bring to the students, outside of sport, right? Outside of their regular academic requirements, right? We could bring a whole host of experience to them and exposure. And that's some of the things that really, I'm excited, right?
Another thing, man, like for me, I love to motivate, inspire others. And I'm thinking also, one of the things that we can do is, our time. If we have time, we can go down to Jamaica, go to the school, and just talk to the kids. Sometimes they need to hear, people from different walks and experience coming back and motivating them and inspiring them with your stories. Everybody has a story, and your story can actually, help to touch our one of these students, what you went through when you were overseas, where you are now. That's what the platform is here, but also being at the school and talking to them and motivating them. We can do that. You can do session. You can, hey, hey, call the principal. We're coming down. We'd love to do a motivational, speaking to, a group of kids, whatever. And
sure,
yeah.
I think that would be that would be a tremendous way to give back. I really do believe that.
Yeah.
So I was actually sent a list here, guys, and like I tell you, please forgive me when I keep on looking off to the right. I'm having conversations with, I am with the producer, even though the producer's in New York. That's Mr. President. I'm down in Florida, and is up in Connecticut. But I got a list here of different committees that we are going to need help with, and I'm going to read them off to you. All right. So we have the fundraising committee here. We have the membership committee. We have the technology committee. We have the events planning committee, the nominating committee. We have the public relations committee, the infrastructure committee, and the equipment committee. Right. We're going to be getting this up on the website. The website is partially complete, but it's whatever we have there so far. You can feel free to go there. It's rossibrosis.org, right? rossibrosis.org. We're going to get this list up there, and also some of the emails that I stated that I gave to you earlier. We will provide, those emails and links that you could reach out to us if you're interested in being part of any of these committees, right? And yeah, just any information that we have to disseminate, we can also put it on the website out there. So we just wanted to share that with you. All right. Anything, Andel, before we close?
Um, go ahead, recruit others, talk about the vision of what Brosis is, and let all hold hand and build a bigger Roces, man. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. And guys, I started by letting you know how much time and effort Mr. Andel Green and the entire board have actually put into creating this foundation. And this foundation is for you. This foundation is for Receive. Foundation is for us to be able to give back to our alma mater. Um, us as a group, when I say a group, the board, because a lot of you, I know, a lot of you I don't know, but of course I'm more familiar with the board members. We cannot do it by ourselves, right? Without your help and assistance, we're not going to be able to do this, right? So we're looking to you to be those foot soldiers, to go out there, to spread the word, tell people about our YouTube channel, the way that we, listen to these communications. If you find it interesting, reach out to us, give us ideas. We try to come up with ideas collectively on the team, and ways that we could make this happen. And but we don't have all the answers. Some of the answers lie out there with you guys, and I encourage you to support us, and reach out to us and share your ideas with us, and see which one of those ideas we're going to adapt. But understand that all of this is for a good cause, right? And you've actually seen the effects that we have actually had in such a short time. I was given a call back in April, and introduced to this board. I was kind of skeptical, at the beginning, and after starting to meet these gentlemen, which are a very dedicated bunch, I decided to join forces, and here we are. And in such a short time, we were able to get we were able to make an impact on the institution that the chairman was actually willing to come on to show his face and actually given our foundation, which is your foundation, the accolades that he did last week. If you haven't seen it, I encourage you to go back and take a look at it, right? And share it with your friends. Share this talk also with your friends. And anyone has any questions, need any form of clarification, can reach out to us and we'll provide them for you. But we're looking to you for all the support that you could give to us, because without you, we're not going to be able to move forward. And I believe in you, I believe in us, and I believe in Receipt. Thank you very much, for watching. Thank you very much for sharing the better part of an hour and a half with us. And we look forward to doing this again. Hopefully next time we could get a bigger group of guys to come on and guys and gals to come on and talk. And we get more participation in the live chat here. Thank you very much for your time, guys.
That's all. I appreciate you, man, for having me, and I love serving with you guys because of your vision, and I'm proud to be here.
All right, thank you, man. Appreciate it, guys. Take care.
Roshan.
Roshan for life. Hasta la próxima. Buenas noches.